All right, let's get into those internationals that kicked off the weekend that went. Any highlights for you guys? There was the Australian Tonga game first, then we had the Pati versus PNG, Samoa Fetu versus Tonga, and then the Jillaroos taking on PNG. Quite a bit of games over that weekend. A lot on. What stood out to you guys? I'll come to you first, Bobby. You watched a few of those.
Probably just the in the Australia Tonga game. Like I thought that game had a lot going for Tonga leading into it, but Australia's defense was just too good for them, and they just weren't able to capitalize and finish. And Aussie, being Aussie, were just able to stick with Tonga and just frustrate them. You could see how frustrated Tonga were. I mean, they had all the possession, all the tackles in the opposition 20, but they weren't able to capitalize on all of that field possession, all of that field position and possession, and nothing came from it. It frustrated them out of the game, and they ended up finishing with a big far more, and that was terrible. It was terrible because just when you thought, so this is the most amazing Tongan Avengers squad ever assembled, and the most B-team Australia squad ever assembled, and they did them super dirty like that. I was like, it sucked because as Pacific, you really enjoy seeing the rise of Pacific Rugby League over the last few years. And I honestly wanted Tonga. See how they're called the Tonga 13 and they're not called Matimat Tonga? I told you, man, it's these Tongan guys in Tonga that wanted to keep the name for themselves and make money off it. And now the boys are like, sorry, we're just going to be called the Tongan International 13 now. There's no more MMT, man.
Oh, wow. So this was a big... Oh, wow, okay.
Well, if you had seen, there's no... Yeah, so I was thinking, who's trying to do these Tongan boys dirty? But, yeah, Australia were just frustratingly Australian, weren't they? Like, they were just able to do enough to hold Tonga out, even though they were getting pummeled. Freaking Lindsay Collins getting poleaxed. I was like, holy shit, that was like a Friday. Damn!
Well, and that's what it looked like. Like, it was just like, yep, these guys are going to just smash them. So there's a good softening up for the Kiwis at least. But, man, yeah, that was just their defense, just smashing them. But it just became, how long can you do that? Yeah. Sai, what stood out to you over any other games but that one?
The Bati and the PNG, the Kumals, bro. The Kumals are a bit of a upset, bro. And
so I think we didn't even cover their team.
Yeah, pretty much. But I just paid attention because the night before, bro, the multi was looking good, 13 plus to the Kangaroos, and the game was at Silver. Sol, and if I can throw in Kaya Kelly of the week to my answer here, bro, old what's his name? Second row there from the doggies. What's his name? For Fiji. Kickoff throws two intercept tries.
To the same guy.
Yeah, to the same center, but the last one was like he's on attack, and the guy comes off his own try line first, and then he catches the intercept off kick out. It's like, solid. That's the same play you're doing for the doggies, you've been doing for Penrith. I was like, you could see that coming. But not only him, but the guy Kelly, the whole Fijian team. No disrespect to the well, it does sound like I am disrespecting them, but they really had not too many players of note of NRL caliber, man. These guys coming on, most of them from that PNG team that played in the Q Cup, Hunters. But you look at the Fijian team. There's plenty there, man. Kurisau was playing.
First raters.
So yeah, it was a bit of a Gaia performance from the Fiji, especially in front of the home crowd. If I could quickly touch on the Kangaroos Tonga game, I thought Kangaroos were pretty clinical. But at the same time, I don't think they turned on too much. I mean, they just got over for 3 tries. think they kind of just arm wrestled Tonga. I thought Tonga had plenty of chances and plenty of ball, but were a bit, what's the word? Almost lacking creativity there on attack. It was quite sideways play. Katoa, which he's a good director, but you kind of need more from those halves. If they're the forwards, they can punch their noses through. But there wasn't too much of an offload game as there, I thought. I didn't think the ball move. I just thought it was a bit too laboured from the Tongans on attack. At the same time, I didn't think Aussies were that much better. I just think they did. Moses was quiet. Deedon, yeah, I think they just really did what they really needed to do. The tries was just pretty basic, coming off errors in defence there from Tonga. Yeah, but it was almost like a arm wrestle kind of a game. So I don't think Tongans should be too disappointed because they had the opportunities. They got good ball. They just probably didn't show enough creativity to trouble the Kangaroos defensive line. But still, Tonga versus Kiwis, even that would be a pretty close game as well, I reckon. So looking forward to the Roos and the Kiwis coming up anyway.
I think the Tongans should be very disappointed in that. Like the only reason it looked like an arm wrestle was the 19 errors that the Kangaroos made. Like I think throughout that game, there was just so much Tongan ball, and like you said, they just couldn't execute. So, man, Katoa had a good season, so I was real disappointed in him. I thought Lolo was a bit kaya, like there was a few where I thought he just looked a bit off the pace, like just the speed of NRL. But he made some crucial try-saving tackles. Really needed Katoa to, and Fishy on that over at Suncorp, that's meant to be Dolphins' home ground, and he kind of, owned that in the games he played there. So, I don't know, combinations maybe, but yeah, I was just frustrated for him. I'm sure he looked just as frustrated.
I like the look of Sonny Luke when he comes on. If they can make him the centre of the attack, play off the cuff.
I think he was all right as well.
Yeah, they need to run off him. I think in the middle and up front of their forwards, I just don't think Katoa is like a Thurston type of a player. I mean, he's still learning, he's still developing.
Yeah.
But Katoa is your really your specific as general. He kicks really well, puts you in the right places, can move the ball, but I just don't see him as like that line breaking, line assist making kind of number 7, which you just said it. Maybe they need a bit more from Lolo here, but definitely got to go more direct through Sonny Luke. Run off him because he was making some good inroads when he has a go.
Nice. Anything from those other games? Nice win there from the Fetu.
Yeah, it was. Hey, the girls that I saw, they finished off really well, man. But man, there's some big hits in that game too, man. The Tonga and the Samoan girls.
The girls' games